What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of interviewing Global Warfare 3 players, and you can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Crymate. I'm 17 years old and I've been a part of China.
Okay, and how did you first discover Global Warfare, and what made you participate in Global Warfare?
Um, it's been really random. I literally just looked up at every server which pings or announcements they had, and I literally seen in the fancy server that there was one ping, and I looked up, and there was the application with only, I think, starting in 2 days was it. And I literally just thought about it, asked some friends of mine if they want to join it, and yeah, I literally just applied to it.
Okay. I thought you run Germany, but I think so. I think things did not work out the way you wanted it to.
Yeah, I mean, we had enough members to represent Germany, but we had a lack of the VIPs. And as well, we had a second Germany, that being the content creators, who wasn't ready to unite the entire Germany. So basically, what we VIP did, we literally just left the Germanic core or nation to join China.
Uh,
We literally just nationed to China. Yeah.
Well, I would say I had the same problem with the South African nation when I started it. It was good, but then things fell apart and everything happened. That's just how
Yeah.
things happen sometimes. Well, before the event, what did you imagine it would be like, and what was the biggest difference between your expectation and your actual experience once you started playing?
My expectation, first of all, being that everyone can join without a very big queue. And I mean, it been right, but we had to buy VIP to really join the 2 hours before. That been very confusing to me. Um, yeah, and one expectation of me was to literally, we wanted to build a German Autobahn, and after the building rules from Fancy Up, we literally, yeah, we've been crying, as well as the dome in Germany.
Mm.
That been something really bad for us. We had literally everything planned, everything ready to set up, and after the map announcements and the rules, yeah, we broke.
That's very sad, unfortunately. All right. Well, how can you tell us a bit of a small story of something that happened in the event?
Yeah, so basically, we China, we've been good worker. We work really hard for our base, and there been some Russians. They didn't like us, and they just without anything, just randomly came to us and raided us without any proper cause. We
Oh.
literally didn't met them. They just grouped up and raided us. And that been as well in the first day when we've been offline, and they offlined us again in the last day.
Oh my goodness, that is so bad. Well, I mean, I watched the clips. It was pretty insane. You guys are screaming at the Russians. It was very funny to see. Very funny. Oh my goodness. And how was it playing against or with other players from around the world?
I mean, it was very exciting to see other players with other languages and how they spoke. It been very funny, but at the end of the day, we China still hate Russian for it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, Russia was a very interesting country, and I really can't wait to see how their storyline played out in the final video. Okay, and what was the most challenging aspect of the event, either for you or your team, and how did you overcome it?
Our biggest threat, yeah, been the China, not China, the Russian. Um, they did a really big problem to us, and yeah, we literally had at the beginning we had problems with Japan, but later on we united with them. Slime spoke with them, and we both had the same target to literally raid Russia. But yeah.
Mm. And how hard was teamwork and communication with your group during high stress situations?
Our communication been really good since we all had push to talk enabled, and we had some restriction to talk. But I mean, it been a little bit bad for us. But at the end of the day, it really helped a lot to communicate among our 40 players in a VC call.
Mm. And how was the event for you? And did you encounter any issues with the server performance or lag, anything like that?
Yeah, at the we had lags when the nukes came out, and as well as we, China, Japanese, and some other countries being at the snow. We had there some lags with the nukes, but yeah, in the first days it was really good. The performance, it was surprise. I was surprised about it.
That's good. That's good. And yeah, what would you say was the most rewarding part about well participating for the event and for your team?
For me, the most rewarding thing was to really have these nice teammates like Slime, Clofsy. They've been really great. We had really much fun together. And about the event, yeah, the teamwork. I loved it. As well as we controlled Mount Everest, Auric, not Auric, Dome. It been really fun.
I see. I see. Yeah, I mean, Slime is a G. I really liked his energy and stuff. Shout out to Slime, by the way. And what was the most well, what is the most important piece of advice that you would give to somebody applying or trying to get into the next global warfare event?
By VIP.
Is that all you're gonna say?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I've heard some better things, but okay, sure. Okay. Looking back, if you could change one thing about your own team or well, your own team's approach during the event, what would that be?
To more target among the Russians and ally faster to really raid the Russians properly without any difficulties.
Okay, okay. And what would you say? Oh my goodness. Okay. And what would you? I just want to say thank you for coming out here and spending your time with me. And is there anybody that you would like to say thank you or that helped you and your team in the event?
Okay, so I want to give thanks out to Revan, Klovsi, Snipsy, my German fellow member, and Lucifer. He was really funny in the China.
Yeah, he's a very funny guy. He's a very interesting individual. Very good friends with him.
I Yeah, he wasn't that smart, but that's his personality. He really, I don't know, he literally ran into every single threat, died every single time, but at the end of the day, we all laughed about it.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your day and okay guys, so now we got a second candidate here and you can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, hi, I'm Snipsy. I was part of China in Global Warfare 3.
Okay, okay, that's good, that's good. And how did you first discover global warfare and what initially made you decide to participate in the event?
I've been playing Rust for a couple of years now, and I saw the first two videos of Fancy Op and decided to try and join this year.
Okay, okay. And before the event, what did you imagine it would be like, and what was the biggest difference between the expectation you had before the event and afterwards? Well, also during the event.
I mean, I saw the first two videos, as I said already. So I did expect to have a lot of fights, of course, with other countries. I expected to face a bit more of the diplomacy and like the politics of the different countries, but since I was like a low rank, that didn't really happen. But otherwise, the expectation pretty much perfectly fit
Okay.
what was
And
actually going on.
okay. Well, can you tell us a small story of something that happened in the event?
I mean, I could talk about the beef with Russia. We had obviously Russia's like right on top of us, since the map isn't that big, and we had problems with them from the get-go. They had a like small taxi service and ran over one of our guys while trying to sell one of the taxis to us, and afterwards it was just constant war. We got
Yeah.
raided 3 times in the off times by them,
Yeah,
and
I have heard
yeah,
some interesting stories about the beef that you guys had with Russia, and also saw the clip from Revan. It was
yeah.
it was pretty funny. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I thought it made a very good story. Obviously, there's no actual beef, but
Mm.
it was pretty funny, I think. I
Well,
think it would
editor,
be good in the video.
play the clip, editor.
Is it right?
你来我们中国没有跟我们说打招呼，没有 say hello。
哇，哥们，
哇，
哎，你听到这个逼在说什么吗？他妈这个逼想说我们先打了他，我操，他妈
我
什么鬼啊！
你来我们家，你们没跟我们说。
你来我们家打我们的人，你敢跟我说是我们的错？我操！
不能这样，不友好，I'm friendly。
Guys,
No, you first, you coming to my country, attacking my people, and then you try to say that it's my fault? No.
Emotional, damn it.
All right. Well, how was it playing against or with other players from around the world?
Oh, it was amazing. Everyone had his own storyline, so you had to adapt a bit, but also stay true to your own story. But there wasn't like really any problems with the other countries that like didn't like the way you roleplay.
Yeah.
Everyone was fair about it. It was hard at times. Obviously, some countries had a massive language barrier. Like we played with Japan and at times against Brazil, and obviously we couldn't talk to them.
Oh my goodness, the people there. Whenever I spawned in Japan, the people kind of just shoot at me. Not really nice, to be honest.
Yeah, they weren't the best Rust players. They were like some builders and some farmers, but they weren't good at PvP, so they were constantly scared. They heavily relied on us to defend them.
Yeah, and what would you say was the most challenging part of the event for personally you or your team?
Probably that we got raided 5 hours before the nuke event. We had a big plan, like getting one of the nukes and nuking Russia. We wanted to get the ghost nuke, but they completely found wiped us 5 hours before, so we had to come up with a plan to get to a nuke some way.
That is so interesting. Hearing the stories from everybody around the event and stuff. It's very fun. All right.
I believe that.
And how hard was teamwork and communication with your group during high stress situations? And can you give me an example?
The comms in our clan were amazing. We had 2 or 3 people that were coordinating, and we talked about it at the start of the event. That if we get into a fight, no one should just shout that they killed someone or that they're getting shot. If you die, you die. If you kill someone, you kill someone. And Slime, Raven, and Clofsy were the ones that were giving us instructions on how to act. And through that, we had a very coordinated attack and defense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Klopsy and Revan are both such great leaders. They were doing an amazing job.
Yeah, they were perfect.
And
Cut out for the role.
how was the event? Did you encounter any issues with your server performance or anything like that?
Aviv was fun. He didn't talk all too much, but he played a massive role during the event. He built a lot. Um, he tried to regain composure inside the clan after we got raided because he was one of the guys online. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a very intense event. You know, I was all the way in
yeah,
China
very
at the
intense.
time. Well, not in China, in Canada. Sorry. Yeah, it was pretty interesting to see how everybody role plays and how everybody does their style. So yeah, and
Yeah, absolutely.
what was the most rewarding part of participating in the event?
Um, Probably meeting new people. It's a boring answer, I know, but it was very fun. I've met 150 different people, which were very fun to talk to. Um, Also, like obviously knowing that you're in a big clan, you have some airtime on the video when it comes out eventually. That was fun, of course,
Mm.
and the most rewarding act that we did was probably getting one of the nukes together with Egypt the nuke.
Mm. Egypt was also a very interesting country in the event. It was very interesting. I've met some people from Egypt, but it was very intense over there. And
Yeah.
what is the most important piece of advice you would give to somebody applying or trying to get into the next global warfare event?
Um, Come at it with a plan. Don't apply and say, "Oh, I just wanna play the event and be in the YouTube video." Fancy obviously and his team, they look at people that would bring something to the video and not just someone that wants to be in the video. So like think about it beforehand. What role do you want to play? Obviously, I
Mm.
didn't want to play China at first. I wanted to be with Germany with uh, my people, but we didn't have enough VIPs.
Oh,
So
okay.
you should get a plan and get a big group that is willing to get VIP.
Okay. And looking back, if you could change one thing about your own or your team's approach during the event, what would that be?
Oh, I wouldn't trade anything. I think we were a big asset to the event. Obviously, the raid that was coming at us was at an off time, which was a shame, but I think we were pretty big asset to the video and to the event as a whole. We had fun, we made friends, we made enemies. I think that's what it's all about.
That's good. And yeah, it was very in some aspects it was very challenging doing some stuff in the event, but overall it was pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
All right, and I just want to say thank you for coming out and spending your time with me. And is there anybody that you would like to say thank you for helping you and your team in the event?
Um, First of all, it was my pleasure to be on your video. Um, yeah, I'd like to thank the leaders of China. They made the event perfect. They played their roles to perfection. They held us together. They played like it was no one's business. It was amazing.
Okay. And one last thing I wanted to say. Do you think there's going to be a rivalry in the next global warfare, like
Oh,
between
we talked about
you
it
and
already.
yeah, between you and Russia, like a big fight against you
Oh,
guys?
there will be a fight for sure. 100%. Obviously, we don't hate them in real life, but we do want to get revenge for what they did to us.
Yeah, it was pretty funny seeing the clip. But alrighty, guys, we will be moving on to the next person. Thank you so much for coming out here, Snipey. Okay, guys. So we have the third candidate here, Reddikus. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Reddikus, and I was the leader of Can America in Global Warfare 3.
That's good.
I'm
That's
happy
good.
to be here.
That's good. To hear. And how did you first discover global warfare, and what initially made you decide to participate?
Um, my buddy Eagle, he introduced me to playing with Dirt Rider in Global Warfare 1 and under Trapistan, and then Global Warfare 2, we uh, we both decided we applied, and we got to play with Coconut B. Um, and then Global Warfare 3, me and we just wanted to play with a bunch of our friends, so we decided to take a go at it with just for our friend group and see what we could do.
Okay. And before the event, what did you imagine it would be like, and what was the biggest difference between the expectation and your actual experience once you got into the event?
So before the event, we were a little skeptical because we started as only I think we only had 12 VIPs, and so we didn't really know what to expect. Half expecting to get rated on repeat by the bigger groups, and my team just had enough faith in me as a politician and my diplomatic ability to give us a chance. But throughout the event, it was shocking through the stages, and being what allies we were able to make, and things we were able to accomplish. So we just kept kind of riding the momentum, and it just kept getting better.
Well, it was a interesting event, and you becoming the president of the United States of America. It was very, very interesting.
Well, honestly, it's between the rigged election and the rest of the world being real tired of Coconut Beep poking his nose in other big people's business. Um, it was kind of like the world kind of spoke,
Yeah, that's kind of
and
sad.
but I do want to say here that it was not Coconut B that rigged the election. It was Rexmore, the leader of Canada, and thankfully, because we have a great news team, and Bralo was really extremely good at his job and brought the information to light. Um, then the American people knew the truth. You know that there was a rigged election, and Coconut B knew about it and just let it happen. He should have. The moment you hear about that, you should instantly have a re-election with a different election staff. But they just refused to do it and tried to sweep it under the rug, and ultimately it came back to bite him in the butt.
That's what happened. He was seeking refugee in Antarctica, and that went pretty interesting.
Yeah, I I was kind of surprised that he just abandoned America. I thought they would have rebuilt in America.
Well, I mean, sometimes things does not work out the way it works out, And yeah, can you tell us a small story of something that happened in the event?
Yeah. So I was farming the roads in near my home, by myself because once I became president of the United States, I tried to start on the West Coast and worked my way to the East. Slowly, getting rid of the riffraff, getting rid of the terrorists, the people that are just KOSing everyone. So the West Coast was pretty peaceful. So you could go out and farm by yourself and not get murdered. And I'm out there, and then a scrappy comes out. And I'm like, who the heck is this? Like 6 or 7 of Coconut Bee's people jump out and surround me. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And they're like, you're coming with us. Put me in handcuffs, put me in the scrappy, and then put the hood over my head. And next thing you know, I'm in a jail in Hawaii. where Coconut B confronted me, and but luckily my people, yeah, I died in Coconut B's captivity,
Mm.
but not before my people were able to, you know, fly over and try their best to free me. And I almost killed Coconut B with a bone knife. So it was
Oh.
kind of, yeah, it was kind of fun.
You were probably like, oh shit, here's something bad's going to happen.
Oh yeah, like I knew something was building up, and I looked in a box and there was a bone knife, and I knew that I saw that Coconut B didn't have a gun, and all of his fighters were busy fighting my people, blowing into the base to try to free me. And I just started chasing Coco with the freaking bone knife, and you're scared. Somebody give me a freaking gun. But ultimately, they got me, you know.
So
But
this
that was
happened.
a really good experience.
Uh, so this happened before you were president, you say?
After
Oh,
after I
after.
became
Okay.
president,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And how was it playing against or with other players from around the world?
You know, being part of other teams before, I was just a farmer and a PvPer, you know.
Mm.
But taking that chance to run in, you know, my own group, my own state or country, and it really opened the doors, you know. I was just a small content creator. I didn't even have before the event, I didn't even have 1,000 followers. But I rolled the dice and tried. And you know what? It worked. And but I want to say some of these big content creators are a lot more welcoming than people would expect. And I was really happy that I was able to experience that. You know, Jack Shepard, the UN, Russia, Kazakhstan, um, Pierre with Brazil, all
Mm.
of South America was freaking awesome. um, and Australia was great. Like, but it's an awesome experience and a fun event that I recommend everybody try to play because meeting other Rust players from around the world is just it's a great experience.
Yeah. You know, a event like this is very fun. You get to meet a lot of new people and get to make friends. You know, that's very fun. You know.
You make enemies too, though.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's what Global Warfare 4 is gonna be real interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it works. You know, that's how the things roll. You know.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, and how odd was teamwork and communication with your group during high stress situations?
So I think that's the biggest obstacle, right? Of playing as a small team. Especially at the beginning when you only have that's like I said, I think 12 VIPs.
Mm.
You have to the people that farm for your group, your builders literally gonna be in the base like the whole game. Your farmers have to farm double or triple the amount that they normally would because we have to try our best to keep up with these bigger teams,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
So the amount of stress that my team was under was huge. And it's a ton, you know, honestly, almost all of our success is accredited to my team, you know,
Mm.
and our ally, Uncle Sam, with the another USA group that we allied with, and all of his people. Like, it takes a whole lot of dedication for them to
Mm.
really buckle down and have that discipline to, you know, keep us competitive.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
But I will
yeah.
say to anyone that's trying to do this, it starts at the top, you know.
Mm.
You need good leadership that can hold things down for you
Yeah.
while you're out trying to be the diplomat.
Yeah. So, what would you say was the most challenging aspect of the event, either for you or your team, and how did you overcome it?
Um, So there's a couple things. I mean, trying to do the politics without having a reputation is extremely challenging. Because sure, they're like, yeah, we could be friends, but they don't take you serious until you actually back it up, you know. And anytime our allies called for aid, Can America was in Scrappies, and we were there. You know,
Yeah.
we're small, but we're mighty. You know, we're gonna do everything we can to be there for our allies. And then that's the type of reputation we tried to build. But um with the farming, and I think that's still probably the most challenging thing, just to stay competitive. It's an ungodly amount of work goes into that for a small team. A lot of lost sleep.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I mean, I was also trying to become a politician in this club warfare, but it did not work out for me because I'm a small team and not a lot of people, so I was trying to do my best, but did not work out in a way how I wanted to. Maybe next year.
Well, honestly, I think it takes a little bit of luck, man. Because, like I said, I don't even have I didn't have even have 1,000 followers before the event,
Mm.
and it just takes being in the right place at the right time when somebody needs something, and then there's got to be mutual interest involved. And if you can find that right moment, that's how you break through that ceiling, and you get to move on from there.
Mm.
It's definitely not easy trying to be a politician as a small content creator, because people don't take you serious if you don't have 50 people, you know?
Yeah, that's true. All right, and how was the event, and did you encounter any issues with the performance or server lag?
Um the overall, after playing the first two global warfares, um those I was lagging like crazy. But I didn't have the greatest PC before, and now I have a really upgraded PC. But for myself, I could say I think the performance was a heck of a lot better in Global Warfare 3, which is and my hats off to Fancy and the team. Um, Obviously, there's still room for improvement,
Yeah.
because you would still hurt those massive lag spikes and those gigantic raids. But that's not on Fancy or the team. That's on the developers of Rust.
Yeah.
But hopefully, these events show the developers of Rust like what the player base is capable of, and maybe helps them, develop some way to get the server performances better to handle events like this.
Yeah. That would be cool to see the Rust developers, increase and the performance and stuff. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think the player base is big enough for them to do it.
Yeah. And what was the most rewarding part of participating in the event?
The most rewarding thing, I think, is the some of the friends that you make along the way.
Okay.
Because there's people that I've never known before that I'm already playing wipes with after the event, and the strengthening your friendship with the current friends I went into the event with, like being able to have success on such a large event and platform, it's definitely something that me and my team are gonna cherish for the rest of our lives. It was the pinnacle of my video gaming career.
I also had a lot of high moments in gaming and content creation and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. All right, and
It's definitely fun.
yeah. And what is the most important piece of advice you would give to somebody applying or trying to get into the next global warfare event?
Um, Shoot, if you've never played it before, I would recommend trying to play with another group. learn how global warfare actually works. It's not just run and gun. Like you have to have a well-rounded team around you. So join if it's your first time, join a bigger group, even a medium group, and see how they're structured. Play a couple events and then branch off and try to do it yourself.
Okay.
Because what I was hoping to show in this event was you don't have to be a massive content creator to make an impact and leave a mark on an event of this scale.
And I would say you accomplished that. I would say you accomplished that 100%.
Yeah, it's something me and my people will always be proud of. But yeah, definitely learn the ropes before you dive in.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, and looking back, if you could change one thing about your own or your team's approach during the event, what would that be?
Our team's approach. Um, man, I really my team's approach that they had was admirable.
So
Because, like I said, we almost before the event we almost folded into Coconut Bees Group and just went with them, but my team was. I don't think I would change a thing. I mean, the good things and the bad things. The bad things are always a learning experience, right? So if you get rid of all the bad things, you're never gonna learn and have room to grow. But the good moments were phenomenal. So yeah, I don't think I'd change a thing from the last event.
okay, all right. That's I mean, it's good to learn from your mistakes. That's a very very good thing.
Can't grow as a person or a gamer unless you do.
Yeah. All right, and I just want to say thank you for coming out here and spending your time with me. And is there anybody that you would like to say thank you for helping you in this event?
Oh yeah, there's a ton of people. First, I'd like to I'll just thank my team because without my team, none of this is possible. They made the sacrifices of farming overtime so I could go out and be a politician. So like S Kisses, Red Jester, um, Tysco, Master P, Miss Hiccup, Onyx, like uh Uncle Sam and his entire team, you know, Pierre and Brazil. I freaking love all of you guys for life. You guys are brothers. United Nations, Russia, Australia, Jack Shepard, all of their people. I just want to thank a lot of the other teams, content creators, for being so open and welcoming to a small creator like myself. And I even want to thank my enemies, because
Okay.
without them, there would be no storyline.
Well, that's true. That's
So, and I appreciate Coconut Bee being a good sport about the event and helping me have a platform as a small town content creator to you know
hmm,
make an impact.
yeah. Well,
So seeing the big creators allow that happening, it was amazing.
yeah. Well, Pierre was actually in the first episode of interviewing Global Warfare 3 players. He was pretty good.
Was he? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Pierre's great, man. He was a great. I love that guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you should maybe go watch interview one, episode one. Go ahead. I mean, it's very good. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out right after this interview.
All right. Well, on that bombshell, thank you everybody for watching this video and like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.